We've said a lot about ordering comparisons, but what if you are not worried about ordering strings and you simply want to test for equality? Well, similar to the static compare method, there is a static equals method for strings which has a couple of overloads. The code in this example demonstrates the most flexible overload of static equals, which lets you supply a string comparison enum value. That's probably good for many purposes, but there isn't such a wide range of equals methods as compare methods, so if you do need something more advanced, then your best bet may be to do something like this. In this code, I've called a static compare method, which allows me to be much more explicit about how I want the comparison, and then I simply check whether the answer is 0. Of course, the most common way in the code that you test if strings are equal is using the C# equality operator, like this. Simply because that's so much easier to read. What kind of comparison will that do? The answer is, it does a case-sensitive ordinal comparison. In other words, it checks whether the two strings contain exactly the same sequence of chars, ignoring any capitalization, culture, or Unicode mapping issues. And that's great, because that is not only the most efficient way of comparing strings, but it's arguably what most developers would intuitively expect. The same applies if you use either strings override of objects.equals or the strongly typed IEquatable of string equals method.